Hello everybody, today we will be playing Tsukihime because, quite frankly, I've grown quite bored with playing, like, RPGs and shooters lately. So I wanted to play a visual novel, because this is easier, I just have to read. And even then, I don't have to read all of the time, I just have to read some of the time when there isn't voice acting. So, cheers! This English translation is intended to be used with legitimate copies of Tsukihime. Revolve Translations and Mirror Moon do not endorse the use of English patched with legal copies of the game. By using this translation, you agree to the following three conditions. You will not... Let's just get all this. Yes, I agree to these terms. Suddenly, I awake with a start. The night is pitch black, and no one else is in the house. It's scary being alone in the dark. So to find anyone, I head out into the garden. Our mansion's gardens are vast fields of green, surrounded by a thick, dense forest. The trees blanketing out the light, almost like a massive... Wow, the volume is loud. Oh, that's much more manageable. Okay. Oh, I missed it. In the distance, I hear the sound of echoes. Inside the forest, the sound of everyone playing happily around. The current doesn't open yet. Unable to restrain myself, I wander into the darkness of the forest. Darkness surrounds me. Blackness so deep it suffocates. Not even the calming rays of moonlight can reach this deep. The air is cold, a winter's chill so deep my eyes feel like they're free. For a brief moment, it's moving too fast. I can read it, but I can't read it out loud. I find everyone waiting for me in the forest clearing. But something is wrong. Everyone is lying on the ground. Everyone is lying on the ground in pieces. Oh no. The clearing is bathed red. I don't understand. A stranger approaches. The look on his face says he wants to rip me apart. I don't understand at all. But someone else, someone I don't know, steps in front of me and is torn apart in my place. I'm just a kid, so I really don't understand. A splash. Something warm and wet hits my face. It's red, a red liquid, red like a tomato. The person that was torn apart, the person I called Mom, never called my name again. I really don't understand. But it's just so cruel. I wanted to cry, I felt like crying. Warm crimson blurs my vision, seeping into my eyes. But it doesn't bother me at all. The lonely moon floats above me, bearing witness in the night sky. It's strange. Why didn't I realize until now? Such a cold, horrible nightmare. Yes, I didn't realize it. That tonight, the moon is so beautiful. Well, that's one way to open up the game. Okay. Well, let's see. Graphic mode. Oh, so this is like the CG. Okay. Ending list. And game option. Display effects instantly. Skip parts previously read. Return. Okay. guess I should start. Start from the beginning, because that was already the opening. A prologue. When I came to, I was lying on a hospital bed. The curtain on the nearby window sways gently. It is a beautiful day outside, and the dry wind signals the end of summer. Hello, Tonoshiki-kun. Congratulations on your recovery. The unfamiliar old man extends his hand for a handshake. His square-rimmed glasses and warm smile are very befitting. His tidy-looking white clothes suit him perfectly, too. Can you understand what I am saying, Shiki-kun? No. Why am I in a hospital? You don't remember, do you? You were involved in a car accident while you were walking. Your chest was stabbed by a shard of glass, and it was unlikely that you would survive. Very unbefitting of what a doctor would say, yet he still... yet he says it... Yet he says it while still smiling cheerfully. Terrible. I feel terrible. I'm tired. Can I go to sleep? Yes, you should rest. You must focus on recuperating and not push yourself. Sorry, for some reason, something was stuck in my throat. The doctor is still smiling. To be honest, I can't stand that smile anymore. Can I ask you something, doctor? What is it, Shiki-kun? Why are there scribbles all over your body? And there are cracks all over the walls. Why are there cracks in the walls? The smile vanishes for just a brief moment, then returns to his face immediately. He turns and walks away. It seems there was some brain damage after all. Get a hold of Dr. Ashia in neurology. I also suspect he may be suffering some damage to his eyes. Spend the afternoon examining his eyes. The doctor whispers to the nurse so I won't hear him. Sadly, he failed in that endeavor. Weird. There are scribbles all over everyone's bodies. The sloppy, zigzagging black lines running all over the floors, walls, and ceilings. I don't understand what they mean, but looking at them makes me feel sick. I wonder what it is. The bed, too, is covered in these scribbly lines. When I touch the line with my fingertip sinks down into the crack. Oh, seems as if I could reach farther down on with something narrower. So I traced the line with a fruit knife that was lying on the bedside table. I didn't use any strength at all, yet the knife sinks into the bed, all the way up to the hilt. It was fun, so I dragged the knife along the scribbly line. Thud. With a heavy sound, the bed snaps cleanly into... Yeah. The girl in the bed next to mine screams. The nurses run over and take the knife away from me. How did you break the bed sheet? And the doctors didn't ask why, but curiously persist on how I did it. I traced along the line and it broke. Hey, just why is this hospital full of cracks? You better stop with that, Shiki-kun. There are no such cracks like that anywhere. Now tell me, just how did you break the bed? I just realized. Break the bed. You can tell me, I promise I won't get mad. I'm telling you, all I did was just trace the line with a knife. I see. Okay, we'll continue this conversation tomorrow. The doctor leaves. In the end, not a single person believed my story. As long as I run the knife along the scribbles, I can cleanly cut anything. I don't have to put any force into it. It is as easy as cutting paper with scissors. The bed, the chair, the desk, the walls, the floor. I've never tried, but probably know definitely, even people. But it seems that no one else can see these lines. The black lines only I can see. Despite being a kid, I gradually began to understand what the lines were. They were probably like stitches, just like stitches that hold an open wound together after surgery. I think these are weak spots. After all, there's no way I could cut such a thing with a child's strength alone. Yeah, I didn't know until now. But the world is covered in these lines, these breaking lines that bind everything together. No one else can see them. That's why they're just fine. But I can see them. I'm scared, so scared, I can't even talk. As if I'm the only one who went crazy. Maybe that's why. Why even after 2 weeks no one believes my story. Even after 2 weeks no one has come to see me. Even after 2 weeks I continue to live alone in a world surrounded by black stitches. I need to get out. I don't want to be in this room anymore. I don't want to stay in a place covered in stitches. That's why I decided to escape and run away to somewhere where no one else would be. But the wound on my chest still hurts and I didn't get very far. That was when I noticed. I'm standing in the grassy field just outside of town. I really didn't get far at all. Cough. My chest hurts, and I feel so sad I collapse on my knee and cough. Cough, cough. There's nobody here. Drowning in this ocean of green at the end of summer, I feel like I'm about to disappear. But before that, hey you. It's dangerous to sit down in a place like that. Damn, I thought they were gonna say it's dangerous to go alone, but that's also. I hear a woman's voice from behind me. Eh? What do you mean, eh? You're already a runt, so I can't see if I can't see you if you're sitting in the grass. I was really this close to kicking you, so watch out. She points at me rather grumpily. I get a little angry. After all, I sit in the fourth row from the front, so I don't think I'm that short. Kicked? By who? Isn't it obvious, stupid? You and I are the only ones here. Who else could it be but me? She declares this confidently as she folds her arms. Well, I suppose it must be fate that we met here, so you want to talk for a little while? My name is Azaki Aoko. As a fan of Type Moon works. What's yours? She extends her hand to me with a kind of cheerfulness one would show to an old friend. I see no reason to refuse, so I tell her my name is Tonoshiki and grasp her cool hand in return. Talking to her was a lot of fun. She didn't ignore what I said just because I was a kid. Instead, she listened. She listened to what I had to say, like a friend. We talked about many, many things. About my family, about how it was an old and respected family with very strict traditional rules in it, my equally strict father. And about my little sister, Akiha, quiet Akiha who always follows me around. About our big mansion in the vast gardens and how Akiha and I would play together with our friends. I told her about many things almost feverishly. Oh, it's this time already. Sorry, Shiki. I've got some business to take care of, so let's stop here. She gets up and leaves. My chest tightens and I feel sad thinking that I would be alone again. See you tomorrow. I'll be waiting for you here, okay? You should go back to your room and listen to your doctor. Oh. She speaks with such ease, in such a natural way, as she makes her way off. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow we would be able to talk like we did today. I'm happy. It would be the first time I truly felt something since I awoke from the accident. Since that day, going to the grassy field in the afternoons became part of my daily routine. She would get angry when I called her Aoko. For some reason, it seemed she hated her own name. After some thought, I decided that she seemed like a very distinguished person, so I came to call her Sensei. Sensei would seriously listen to anything I had to say, and would always dispel my anxieties with but a single word, without fail. I was depressed from the accident, but slowly, thanks to Sensei, I began to return to my former self. Even those scary black scribbles didn't seem quite so scary anymore when I talked to Sensei. I didn't know who she was or where she was from. Perhaps she really was a teacher, but I don't care. It doesn't matter at all, because it's fun being with Sensei. That alone is all that matters, and that alone is more than enough. Hey Sensei, look what I can do. I went to surprise her one day. So using the fruit knife I bought from the hospital, I cut down a tree growing in the field. Like before, I run the knife along the scribble-like line and cut it cleanly across the base. Amazing, isn't it? I can cut anything easily as long as it's somewhere where I can see the scribbles. No one else can do this, right? Shiki. She slaps me across the face. Sensei? What you just did was extremely thoughtless. Sensei gives me a hard, piercing glare. I don't know why, but I realized I just did something I definitely shouldn't have. With Sensei's severe expression and the pain from my cheeks where she slapped me, I felt very, very sad. I'm sorry. Before I knew it, I was crying, Shiki. And a gentle, warm feeling envelops me. There's no need to apologize. It's true that you did something I should be angry for, but it's definitely not your fault. Sensei squats down and hugs me. But you know, if someone doesn't tell you otherwise now, one day you're going to make a mistake you can never take back. That's why I won't apologize. You can hate me all you want if you feel that way. No, I don't hate you, Sensei. Really? I'm glad you feel that way. I guess it was fate the two of us met here like this. Sensei began to ask about the scribbles I could see. As I told her about the lines, the black jagged lines that somehow only I could see, Sensei's embrace tightened. Shiki, what you are seeing is something that should never be seen by anyone or anything. Everything in existence has points where they are most easily broken. We who will break down one day are imperfect for this reason. Your eyes have the ability to see the fate of all things. To put it in another way, you can see the future. See the future? That's right. You can see death. You don't need to know any more than that. If someday you happen to go down that path, the principles will become clear to you as something that is needed. Sensei, I really don't understand. That's good. It's important that you don't understand now. All I want you to know is that you must never cut these lines on a whim or as a joke, understand? If you do, your eyes will begin to take the lives of others too lightly, and that is the worst thing that can possibly happen. Okay, I won't do it if you say so, Sensei. Besides, it kind of hurts my chest. I'm sorry, Sensei. I'll never do it again. Good for you, Shiki. Never forget the feeling that you have experienced here today. If you stay that way, I'm sure you'll find happiness. Sensei finally let go of me. But Sensei, I see those lines and get worried. They'll be cut as soon as I trace them, right? Then wouldn't it be weird for my surroundings to come apart at any time? You're right. I'll be able to help you with that at least. It seems as if that's the reason why I'm here. Sensei sighs and favors me with a warm smile. Shiki, I'll give you a very special present tomorrow. I'll give you your old life back, the ones you were living before your accident. Oh, Mystic Eye Killers. Next day, exactly the 7th day after I met Sensei, she arrives in the grassy field carrying a large trunk in one hand. Here. If you put these on, those strange scribbles won't be visible anymore. What you give him was a pair of glasses. My eyes are fine. Just put them on. The lenses don't have any magnification or anything. Sensei forces them on suddenly. Whoa, incredible. This is amazing, Sensei. I can't see the scribbles anymore, not at all. Of course. I had quite a time stealing Mystic Eye Killers from my older sister to make this Azalki Alco masterpiece. So treat them well or they'll be hell to pay, got it? Yep, I'll take good care of them. You're incredible, Sensei. You made all these horrible lines disappear just like that. It's like magic. Of course, I am a sorceress after all. Giving me a proud smile, Sensei put her trunk down on the ground. But know this, Shiki. Those lines haven't disappeared. It's just that you can't see them. Once you take the glasses off, you'll be able to see them again. Really? Yes. That's the one thing that cannot be fixed. Your only choice is to keep living your life and do your best with the eyes you have now. No, I don't want these scary eyes. If I cut those lines again, I'll end up breaking my promise to you. Oh, you mean never cutting the lines again? Silly, you can break that promise whenever you like. Really? But you said it was something I shouldn't do. Yes, it is. But that is your gift, Shiki. It's yours to use as you see fit. No one else but you has the right to judge you. But out of all the abilities one can have, yours is terribly unique. If you have such a power, that means there is a meaning behind you having it. God doesn't give us powers for no reason. You might say that you were given the mystic eyes of death perception because one day a time will come when you will need them. That's why you must not live in denial of their existence. Sensei squats down so her eyes would be level. But you know, that's why you must never forget. You are a very kind and honest person, Shiki. As long as you remain the way you are now, your eyes will never bring forth any wrong. However, I'm not telling you to become a saint. All I'm saying is live true to yourself and become a man in the manner that you think is right. Since you can accept your mistakes and are able to apologize, I know that in 10 years you will become a great man. That being said, Sensei stands and reaches for her trunk. Oh, but I must say, unless in exceptional circumstances, you shouldn't take the glasses off. Special powers attract other special powers. Only when you just decide there is no other way should you take off these glasses, and even then be mindful of how you use your powers. Power in itself is not evil. What is evil rests solely in the hearts of the ones wielding such power. Be it for good or for be it for good or evil, it will be up to you and the choices you make. She picks up her trunk. Sensei doesn't say anything more than that, but deep down I knew we would have to part. It's impossible, Sensei. Can't do it. I won't understand just by myself. The truth is, I was so afraid before I met you. I was only able to return to being me because you were with me. I can't do it. Not even with these glasses. If you're gone, I can't do it. Don't say such things, Shiki. If you tell lies that even you yourself can't believe, you only make whoever hears you sad. Sensei raises her eyebrows in displeasure and pokes my forehead. You know it yourself, don't you? You're all right now. So don't say stupid things and give up on yourself. Give up on the self you finally found. Only you can choose to be you, and no one else can do it for you. Sensei turns around. Well, this is goodbye. Listen, Shiki. Life is not easy. Everyone's life is hard, long, rocky. It is a hard, long, rocky road filled with many pitfalls. You have more power than anyone else to do something about that, so pull yourself together. Sensei is leaving. I was sad, but I'm Sensei's friend, so I have to see her off properly. Yes. Goodbye, Sensei. Well done. That's right, Shiki. Hold on into that confidence and always live true to yourself. When you find yourself in trouble, calm down and think things through carefully, okay? A solution will always present itself if you do. It'll be alright. You'll manage, even on your own. Sensei laughs happily. I gotta play Witch of the Holy Night. Well, guess that's what I'll be playing first after I play this. Or do I want to play Fate Stay Night? Yeah, I'll probably play Fate Stay Night first. Oh well. The wind blows. The field of grass sways in unison. Sensei was already gone. Goodbye, Sensei. After saying that, I really felt that I would not see her again. All that remained were her many words in these mysterious glasses. It was only 7 days, but she taught me things more valuable than anything else. As I stand there by myself, I felt tears well up in my eyes. Man, I was such a fool. I could only say goodbye. I couldn't even say a single word of thanks to her. I left the hospital soon after that. Afterwards, I didn't return to the Tono household, but was taken to live with my relatives instead. But it's alright. Tonoshiki would be just fine. Even by himself, I'll spend a new life with my new family. And like that, Tonoshiki's 9th summer ended. The new autumn arrived, and I think I became more of an adult. Chapter 1, Inversion Impulse. Autumn. The last traces of summer are disappearing today, a Thursday halfway through October. This is the day when I, Tonoshiki, return home. It's been 8 years since I left. Shiki, hurry up. You're gonna be late for school. I heard Keiko-san's voice floating in from the kitchen. Hey, I'm leaving, I called back. I placed my hands together in the room that was mine at the Arimas up until now. I'm going. Thanks for letting me live with you these 8 years. Clap, clap. I fold my hands together in prayer. Then grabbing my only bag, I leave the room that has become so familiar. I walk through the entrance to the Arima's house, then turn to face it. Shiki? Keiko-san, who had come to the door to see me off, calls my name somberly. See you later. Take care, Mom. What a strange thing to say. I won't be coming back. Never again will I pass through this door as a member of the Arima family. Thanks for looking after me. Please give my regards to Father, too. Keiko-san simply nods. 8 years. The eyes of the person who had been my mother looked so sad. I don't think I've ever seen her like that before. I'm sure it'll be hard for you at the Tona's house. Please watch yourself. Your body is weak, you mustn't overdo it. I'll be okay. After 8 years, I'm just as healthy as anyone else. I'm a lot tougher than I look. I suppose you're right, but the toners are different from everyone else. I'm worried they'll be too much for you. I know what Keigo-san means. My home from today forth will be a mansion, an uncommon sight in this day and age. Not only is the house amazing, but the family itself is highly respected. It said they hold significant investments in many corporations. To top things off, it's my true home. The owners have only been looking after me. But it's already decided. Yeah, it's something that's decided already. Alright, I'll be heading off then. Thanks for taking care of me. I repeat those words one last time and turn my back on the household I had grown so accustomed to over these past 8 years. Sigh. I leave the Arimas and start walking to school with a heavy heart. 8 years ago, I recovered from a serious injury that normally would have meant death. Then I was entrusted to the Arimas, a family branched off from the Tono family. I had to live with my real parents at the Tono mansion up until I was 9. Then I lived with the Arimas for 8 years until now, my second year of high school. I lived a normal life as an adopted son. From the time I met Sensei, those special circumstances Sensei told me about, as she parted, never happened, and the glasses hid the lines from me as long as I wore them. The life of Tonoshiki was a peaceful one. It meandered along gently until a few days ago, the day when the head of the Tono family sent word to me, return to the Tono mansion. The very family that until now had shunned me. Sigh. I sigh again. To be perfectly honest, even before the accident I had never gotten along with the Tono household. Maybe as a kid I never liked the formality demanded by the family. Perhaps that's why I said nothing when the old man told me I was going to live with the Arimas. I think it turned out well. I got along well with my adopted parents, Keiko-san and Fumio-san. It was as if they were my real parents. I lived a normal life in the loving family of the Arimas like a real son, just as I had always wished. I don't regret living there, except for one thing. My little sister, 1 year younger than me, remained behind with the Tonos. Okay, I bet she hates me now. It would only be natural. She had to live in the mansion all by herself under the constant supervision of that hard-headed old man. I could easily imagine what Akia thought of me, the one who escaped. Let out another sigh. I can't help it. What's going to happen will happen. Day after school, I'll return to my true home. Lord knows what will occur. But for now, I've got more pressing problems. My watch shows 7:45. Homeroom starts at 8 o'clock sharp, and anyone who isn't in class by 8 is marked as late. Clutching my bag, I start sprinting towards school. Huff, huff, huff. I managed to make it to school in less than 10 minutes. Enter from the back gate, accomplishing the feat that would bring the track scouts running if they know. Come to think that today's also the last day I'll come in through the back gate. The Arimas and Tono households are on opposite sides of the school, with the Arimas being behind while Tono is in the front. Obviously, I'll be coming through the front gate in the future. And I quite like the lonely atmosphere back here too. For some reason, the back gate at our school isn't really popular. Only 10 people or so, myself included, actually use it. It's quiet and pretty devoid of people, day or night. Clang, click, clink, clink, clang. Like I said, pretty quiet. The sound of a hammer mixed with distant birds singing reaches my ears. Hammering, huh? Clang, clink, clong, don ten ka. A half-rhythmical ringing comes from one corner of the courtyard. What is that? Homeroom begins in less than 10 minutes. I don't have time to stop and find out, but I am pretty curious. Well, save. Okay, so which one do we think is a bad end? Uh, Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by itself. If it hollers, let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Guess we're going with 2. The source of the noise soon becomes apparent as I walk towards the courtyard. A female student crouching in the middle of a tree-lined path, working with a hammer and nails. What is she doing? There are only a few minutes left until homeroom. Maybe she doesn't have a watch. At the moment, that's the best I can come up with. Still, to notice and then just ignore it would be somewhat cruel. I approach her unhurriedly, trying not to surprise her and speak. Hey, homeroom is starting soon, huh? The squatting girl raises her face. The ribbon on her uniform displays the color of a third year. The older student looks at me while holding her hammer. Oh, her gaze through the glasses is so direct I feel like I'm being pulled in. Her serious eyes makes me want to apologize for bothering her. The splint she was facing is rotten beyond use. Come to think of it, our school's rear courtyard is in terrible state of disrepair. The splints are neglected and the flower beds untended. Apparently the teachers intend for the students to conduct a big cleanup at the end of the year, so the maintenance men have done nothing since summer. I take in the situation with a single glance. The girl with the hammer is repairing the broken down splints, paying no mind to the fact that her tiny uniform is being dirtied. She has sweat on her brow, and it looks like she has been swinging her hammer in a most serious manner. As far as I know, there is nobody in charge of repairing public property at the school. What is it? The older student asked, adjusting her crooked glasses. It's nothing. I was just wondering what you were doing. As you can see, I'm in the middle of fixing the splints. Yeah, I can see that. That's not what I meant. I was wondering, why are you doing something like this? Won't the maintenance people take care of it anyway? The older student laughs to hide her embarrassment. I'm the kind of person who can't stand seeing a mess like this. I just can't leave them alone. It seems as though she's repairing the splints because she just couldn't let them stay that way. What an odd senpai. That's why you're fixing it on your own? You don't like the mess, why not just avoid coming here? Well, my classroom is over there. Senpai points at the second floor classroom facing the courtyard. My seat is next to the window, so it's easier for me to see the courtyard. Well, I usually just bear it, but when I took my seat today, I was surprised to see all the splints in this area were broken. Sensei's face glad as to say, isn't that terrible? Apparently she's upset, although she doesn't look seriously angry. You know what they say, strike while the iron's hot and all. I borrowed the tools from the office and decided to fix them myself. And so the explanation ended. Making a bow, Senpai returned to hammering the nails. Alright, I understand all that. But how about we leave it here for now? Almost is in less than 5 minutes, and if it's this bad, won't the school get around to fixing it pretty soon? No way. Grabbing her hammer, the Senpai with the glasses shakes her head furiously. I won't be able to concentrate with a garden like this, even if I go to class. It'll just sound like nonsense to me, and then the teacher will say, hey you, what are you staring at? I'll get yelled at for sure. Senpai continues to grip the hammer while emphasizing her point. I suppose the teacher would be upset if you kept looking outside. He would, wouldn't he? That's why I have to do it now. With that, Senpai begins her repairs once again, clumsily hammering away. So you're obviously not used to using a hammer. Clang, clang, rings the hammer as it hits the wood. By the looks of it, there isn't just 1 or 2 broken splints. I can't begin to guess how long it will take to repair all of them on her own. The bell begins to ring. Looks like first period started. I give up considering things have gotten to this point. Sit down silently and begin to repair the splints. And begin to help repairing the splints. Once I began to help, I quickly realized many of it isn't that difficult after all. Although the older student is not used to making a repair, she's quite skillful anyway. She has already gotten the hang of it and work is proceeding at a brisk pace. Senpai's movements are quick and sharp and I enjoy watching her. She really is quite clever. Before I know it, there's only 1 splint left to repair. 30 minutes have passed. Can't stand here any longer. And only 1 more would be no... Sorry, let me repeat that. I can't stay here any longer. And only 1 more would be no problem for Senpai. Well, I'll be going. I stand with dust on my pants. The student with the glasses also stands up and begins to stare at me. Come to think. Just who is she? I hadn't given it any thought, but because of what I was doing. But when I stopped to consider her, I realized she is quite beautiful. Someone this good looking would be known by every male. They'd be talking about a third-year beauty. I have to go. Don't work too hard, senpai. She is an obedient nod, even though she's older than me. It's almost like dealing with someone young. Thank you for helping me. I'm glad you did. It makes a quick bow. I'll be sure to come say hello during lunch. Don't forget to wash your hands down. You too, senpai. With that, I wave my hands and leave. Wait, huh? Have I met you before, senpai? Yeah? Senpai cries out in surprise and mischievously puts on an impressed face. Jonathan, you forgotten about me? Forgotten? No, I don't think so. If I had never met a beautiful woman like her, there'd be no way I'd forget. She looks up at me regretfully. Besides, I'm pretty sure I'm right somewhere, don't I? Come to think of it, we exchanged greetings once or twice before, hadn't we? Steel senpai, isn't it? Apprehensively, I suggest her name. Yes, I'm glad you remember. You seem the type to space out and forget, Tanaka. I don't think I space out, but there's nothing I can do about the fact that I forgot. See you later, then. Sorry for keeping you. Steel senpai bows again. I'll let you go, then start to walk towards the school building. When I reach my class, it's all ready to break into the first period. I slip into the room while everyone's busy talking. My desk is in the window. Well, that's how you know he's the protagonist. This can't be a red herring anymore. He's sitting by the window, so you know he's destined to become God. It's just logic. You sit by the window and you become God. Anyway, where was I? My desk is the window seat in the very back row, so I can sneak there without drawing any attention. And when it tends to take in the second period, everyone will probably say, "Hey, when did Tono get here?" It's a strange quirk in an otherwise dull class. I guess the plan won't work this time. Yo, truant boy. Totally unlike you to be late. I sigh. It feels like reality is being hammered back into me after the pleasant time I spent with senpai. What's with that sour face of yours, being late when I'm actually on time? What do you think you're doing? Hey, listen, I'm not coming to school for your sake, you know. What? But I'm coming to school for your sake. That's so unfair. Come on. Does this guy get a route? Words fail me. I want the yaoi route. Whoever this is, give me the yaoi route. I probably won't get the yaoi route, but I really want it. I wonder, like I have many times before, how I ended up knowing this guy. His hair dyed orange, his ears pierced. His vicious glare that screams he will pick a fight with anyone, anytime. And is wearing of rebellious clothes. Nui Harihiko is the only free-spirited outlaw in our university-oriented high school. We've been bitter enemies since middle school, right? If you make a carefree face like that in front of your rival, you'd better be prepared for trouble. In any case, Harihiko is a loud guy. Yo, morning Tono. Before I know it, everyone is close to looking my way and greeting me. Shut up, Harihiko. You're ruining my chance to slip into this class unnoticed. Why am I your rival anyway? There are plenty of other tough guys around, so stop bothering me. Well, he still owes me close to 10,000 yen from middle school, so I guess that does make him my enemy. Why are you only mean to me, Tono? You're like a saint to everyone else. It's not fair. Give me the yaoi round, please. What? You're just figuring that out? Life's not fair. You really are only mean to me. I didn't try participating hard to be cold to Harihiko. That's just the kind of relationship we had. By the way, Harihiko, what's a chronically late night owl who never shows up until second period doing here in our room? It's a little note, it's very odd. I was thinking that too. I guess being at school on time isn't just for when I happen to wake up early. I won't comment on your hobbies. What I'm asking is why you woke up early. Why I woke up early? I guess because I can't stay out late since all the bus started. So I actually go to sleep at night now. You've heard the stories about the serial killings, haven't you? Serial killings? I see. Come to think, I did hear something about feel a tinge of regret at needing Arihiko to remind me. For the past 2 or 3 days, I've been debating whether or not to return to the Tono household, so I completely lost touch with the news. What was that again? They've given it some nasty names, like the freakish serial killing or something. There's more to it. So far, all the victims have been young girls. The 8th victim was only 2 days ago. To top it all off, they were all... Wait, what happened to them again? Arihiko tilts his head in contemplation. I'm an idiot for asking him. Ah, I remember now. All the victims had cross-shaped slashes on their throats. Yeah, we knew Ken. Everyone who's killed lost a lot of blood. Oh yeah, that's it. They said it was some kind of modern-day vampire or something. You sure know a lot about this, Yumizuka-san. Not really. It's happening in this town, so it's in the news. You'd remember it even if you didn't want to. I see. Thought it happened in a neighboring town, but I guess it moved down here. Well, anyways, that's what happened. Even I wouldn't be going on the streets at night with a killer walking around. That's why I've been waking up at 7 lately. What, that's it? Having a good reason doesn't mean a good story. Where's the fun in that? I sit down while dealing with Arihiko. Man, you're cold. What did you cloud from anemia already this morning? I'm alright, thanks for asking. If I was anemic 24 hours a day, I'd be dead by now. Yeah, you're right. If you say you're okay, then I guess you're okay. The bell rings while we're talking. The class is about to begin. Hurry up and get back to your seat. Yeah, alright. Oh, by the way, we'll have lunch today in the cafeteria instead of on the roof. I've invited a special guest, so look forward to it. With a scheming laugh, Arihiko returns to his seat. See you later, Tono-kun. Yeah. Sorry for keeping Yumizuka-san. Her light footsteps tap across the floor as she returns to her desk. But it's still a mystery to me why she joined our conversation. She's just our classmate. Maybe she's the murderer. I don't know. Just throwing it out there. Either that or she has a crush on you. It's lunchtime. Now then, where should I eat lunch? Create a save. Eat. Let's go into the hallway and think about it. Yeah. During lunchtime, the hall is packed. Students head to the cafeteria to their favorite place of lunches in hand. From the flow of people, I contemplate whether I should go to the cafeteria or the store. I have something to get back at my own leisure. If I had time to waste, I'd better go to the cafeteria where Arihiko is. I began walking towards the cafeteria. Lamera, a familiar face, waves and runs up to me. Thank goodness. I've been looking for you, Tono-kun. No, Seal-senpai, hello. I feel embarrassed for some reason. I'm returning her unusual greeting. Yes, hello. Well, we've already met once today, so I guess it's not proper to say hello. A small smile floats on Senpai's face as if she found something amusing. Yeah. Now that you mention it, I guess you're right. Hey, I avert my eyes and give a lukewarm reply, becoming incredibly embarrassed. I wonder. I should be used to speaking to Senpai like this, but for some reason I'm getting embarrassed. Tono-kun? Do you have some urgent business? You seem a bit unsettled. I don't, but for some reason her every move feels unfamiliar. I can't calm down, it's nothing. More importantly, Senpai, you said you were looking for me? Do you need me for something? Well, I wanted to thank you for this morning, so I was looking for you. You mean in the courtyard? Of course. Sorry I asked for. But are you going to have lunch? I sighed. Well, people usually eat lunch at lunchtime. Great. Then we can eat together. I'll treat you as thanks for this morning. Let's go to the cafeteria. Yeah? Senpai smiles, driving my store. Strange enough for a third-year like Senpai to walk down the second-year hallway, which attracts even more attention. The gaze of the students in the hall pull upon Senpai and me, and murmur a conversation starts. Wait. Just a second. It's alright, you don't have to really shake her off my honor. I only did did what I did this morning on a whim. There's no need for you to thank me. I shot back from Senpai, well aware of how flushed my face is. There's no need to be so reserved. Work should be rewarded, so please let me treat you. Senpai grabs a hold of my arm again. That's not what I'm talking about. I mean, I just couldn't say I'm embarrassed to be with her because we stand out so much. Come on, there won't be any seats left if we don't hurry. I'll listen to the details after we get to the cafeteria. Senpai starts walking, pulling my arm at the top. Any further questions would bring more stares from people around us in the hallway. I don't know what Senpai is planning, but I peacefully accompany her to the cafeteria. Almost all the seats in the cafeteria are taken. I'd spend about 10 minutes in the hallway, first spaced out, then talking with Senpai, so empty cafeteria seats are pretty much non-existent. I'll stand in line 20 minutes, so please get us some seats. Is there any food you don't like? If there is, no, time to let me know. No, there isn't. I'm not picking food. Very well. I won't take long. Senpai lines up with everybody else. Seems my only choice is to obediently accept that she'll be treating me. There aren't any seats left. I look around the bustling cafeteria. I can't find even 2 seats at this hour, let alone 2 seats together. Damn. I sigh. They are plain as day as a table, with not only 2, but 3. Not 3, but 4 unoccupied seats. Yeah. There's only one student sitting at the table, and it seems he noticed me while I was looking around for a seat. Yo, Tono! The student vigorously waving his hand, and is my dear classmate with the dyed orange hair. Yeah, we love the gays. Sadly, though, I don't think this will be it. Which greatly upsets me, but you learn to live with it. My head hurts. There isn't anywhere else to sit, so I have no choice but to return the wave and walk towards the table where my friend is sitting. You're late. I told you to hurry because I'm inviting a special guest today. What have you been up to? Are you going to begin to complain as soon as we are face to face? Yeah, come to think of it, you did. So who is it? That was that. She promised me yesterday she'd come, but she declined this morning. She said she had someone she wanted to talk. She wanted to thank for something, so she'd be busy this lunchtime. Mariko sighs as he eats his chikara udon. Someone she wanted to thank? These words catch my attention. Mariko, that special guest wouldn't happen to be a third-year student, would she? Whoa. Mariko's body jumps in shock. A rather energetic girl wearing glasses. Whoa. Mariko begins quivering. Students at the table around us stand up as to me. Take a fast escape. Are you psychic? Mariko points to me fearfully. No, that doesn't mean I'm psychic. Sorry to keep you waiting. Good to see you found a seat, Tono. There. Senpai relaxes with a smile carrying a silver tray. Mariko's eyes are wide open in surprise. Huh? Inui-kun? Coincidence. Still smiling, Senpai takes her seat. Mariko gives a choked response. There you go, Tono-kun. Please eat till you're full. Even after all this time, I still can't shake off her smile. Alright. In that case, thanks for the food. Taking Arihiko's dumbfounded stare in stride, I sit down. Senpai sits in front of me while Arihiko sits behind me. Itadakimasu! Putting my hands together with that, but I look down at the tray Senpai brought. On the menu was curry rice, and curry udon. I thought for a moment I had screwed that up and I read curry rice twice. But it is curry rice twice. I don't get it. Yes, Senpai, yeah. What is it, Tono-kun? About this, what's going on? What do you mean? It's lunch, isn't it? What else does it look like? What else do you say, but all I see is curry? Yes, it's curry, Senpai laughs happily. The problem is, they all look like curry. There's 3 dishes. Of course. You're a boy, so you eat a lot. I'll have just one, so please take whatever you like. Okay. In that case, I'll take this curry rice and curry udon. The other choice is held. Make sure to finish it, Tono-kun. After all, you aren't picky with food, are you? There isn't a shred of antagonism in Senpai's smile, nor is this some kind of joke. She truly has good intentions. Yes. Itadakimasu. I dig into the curry rice with my spoon in despair. And then Tono-kun. From beside me came the cry of a dead man being reborn. How long are you going to ignore your dear best friend? Arihiko's elbow sinks into the side of my stomach with a thud. Yeah? Himiko, do you know Tono-kun? Do I know him? We've been best friends since middle school. My best friend hits the table with a bang for emphasis. Really? The person who told me this morning was Tono-kun. Oh yeah? If you had told me his name, I would have brought him here. So did this guy do something for you? Yes, he helped me fix my splints. Huh? He helped you fix your shin splints? Arihiko frowns suspiciously. Well, I guess you would consider helping someone fix their shin splints a bit odd. No, fixing splints. Please don't make me angry when I'm eating. Senpai gets angry. She seems to be someone you can never tire of watching. Fixing splints? Ah, the splints in the courtyard. You were at it again? You sure enjoy that kind of thing, Senpai. But you'd be better off if you gave up. If you keep doing things like that, the teachers will start expecting you to do them. That's alright, I do it because I enjoy it. You shouldn't talk about the teachers like that though, you know. They really care about the school. I'm finding it difficult to follow their conversation. Senpai, don't tell me that you normally do that sort of thing. Yeah. Didn't you know, Tono? Seal Senpai is so handy that they call her the shadow president of the student council. No, I was asking Senpai. Wait, never mind. What on earth is the shadow president? Don't you know, she runs things behind the scenes. She's what, I don't know, she gives all the students, what's the latest conspiracy theory? I don't know. Either way. Is she strong? I asked with my eyes. Yeah, responds Arihiko with an exaggerated nod. She's quite something, totally unlike the student council, which is the student council in name only. She's a third year who will solve anything for you if you ask her. Great, because I got a body back here, and like, it's just been rotting. I need some way to dispose of it, and like, I don't know. Just garbage cans don't seem to be doing it. She's a third year. Oh, I already read that line. Even got a fan club amongst the first years. And if something happens, the teachers all rely on her. There isn't a single teacher who complains about what Senpai does. Arihiko speaks with pride as if he was actually talking about himself. Well, CL Senpai sure is amazing. Even the teachers rely on you. How could Senpai impressed? Yes. Thank you. Senpai turns bright red and embarrassed. Senpai turns her curry rice with her spoon. I guess it's to hide her embarrassment, but it reminds me of the enemy I have to face. Curry rice by itself is fine, but after that awaits curry udon. My doctor warned me not to eat too much, but I don't think there's anything else in this situation that I can do, so I start to dig into the rice. Munch, munch, munch. Having decided to finish one dish quickly, I direct all my concentration to the rice. Meanwhile, Senpai and Arihiko begin talking about their own homes for some reason. I already know that Arihiko doesn't live with his parents, but it seems Senpai is also living by herself. Apparently Senpai's apartment is quite close to school. It's roughly between the main street and the park. So Tono-kun, where do you live? Huh? Silently I ate my food when Senpai, peering at me, asked a completely unrelated question. Where? Why do you ask, Senpai? You already heard where I live, right, Tono-kun? I think it's unfair if I don't know where your house is. Unfair? You worry about the strange things, Senpai. Sounds strange. But I don't know where you live. I can't visit you if something happens, right? I stopped eating the curry rice. I have a feeling something has been said that it should be jubilant about. Yeah? Is it? You mean you'd come and visit me if I catch a cold or something? No, I wouldn't. Crushing his hopes right there. I don't have any plans to visit you at the moment. Glorious. Smiling, Senpai replies instantly as if stating the obvious. It seems like the euphoria is premature. Senpai doesn't seem to have any unusual intentions. I see now. That's just the way she is. I guess I have to tell you, my house is near my too, only a 40-minute walk. There's a residential district on top of the hill, right? Just go a little further and you're there. Oh yeah, you're moving today, right? Reiko strikes his hand on the desk. Senpai tilts her head slightly. Moving? Jonathan, were you a transfer student? Huh? Senpai asked a strange question. Reiko meets my gaze. Listen. I've been here since the first year. We've known each other since then, right? Why are you asking if I'm a transfer student now? But Jonathan, you moved yesterday, so moving doesn't automatically make you a transfer student. I'm just changing my address, not my school. Until now, I've been living with some relatives in the neighboring town. I'm just going back to my real home, that's all. Senpai, who wears a look of surprise, seems to understand. I see, you've only changed your residence. So now you live in the outskirts of town. Yeah. It's that colorful place on top of the hill. I'm moving there today. Could that possibly be Tono-san mansion? Senpai asked with some hesitation. The western-style house on the top of the hill is probably seen as something special by residents of this town. I haven't been there for 8 years, but even my memories, the Tono mansion was ridiculously large. Yeah, that's right. I don't think it's the right place for me either, but it's too late. Now that I'm done moving. You don't seem too happy about it. Neither good nor bad. I don't quite understand it either. Well, even if it is your house, it's been 8 years, right? I can understand if you're feeling strange. Probably feel like someone else's house for a while. I wonder if that's I haven't gone back yet, so I don't even know. Well, I'm a bit relaxed since I've always got a refuge at your place. Yeah, right. My house is no refuge of yours. When you come over during the holidays, my sister treats you better than me. That's probably only because Arihiko has terrible behavior, but I refrain from telling him about it in the interest of preventing the conversation from getting any worse. To be honest, it's not pleasant to have my home raised as a topic of conversation. Well, you two certainly get along well, Senpai Pierce said to Arihiko and me. No way. Me and Tono would never help each other, no matter how much trouble we were in. In other words, we're enemies. Mademoiselle, Arihiko says in a fed-up tone. I'm getting pretty fed up myself with this pseudo-foreignerism still. Your relationship is so good that Tono has stayed over at your house before, right? Doesn't that mean you get along really well? Wrong, Senpai. That time Tono is too reserved towards his parents. He'd come over to my place every vacation. He's reserved towards them because they're taking care of him. That's why he comes over to my place, where you conveniently have an empty room. Since he looks pretty decent, my sister took a liking to him and shamelessly comes to stay with us without paying a cent. Arihiko's fist trembles as to say, unforgivable. Taking care, Tono-san? I mean, Tono-kun. Arihiko clamps a hand over his mouth. Sorry. I should have thought before I spoke. It's okay. You didn't say anything bad. He immediately might feel bad looking at Arihiko. Really? Yeah, you're right. If you complain about that, you'll blame it for some punishment. Arihiko nods himself in agreement. His overwhelming optimism is something I'm truly envious of. I'm sorry, Tono-kun. Did you not get along with your previous family? No, that's not it. There's no problems with the Arimas. Oh, the Arimas? Where the family took care of them. They're really nice people. From what I could tell, they're a happy family. Even though he refuses to be their adopted kid and he escaped to my place for a vacation, she's just what were you not satisfied with anyways? There's nothing I wasn't satisfied with. It's just that I've received so much from them already and it wouldn't be a further burden on them. I finished my rice as I replied. Now only the curry udon is left. I'm gonna get some water real quick. where were we? Tsukihime senpai? Sorry for making you listen to something so boring. Not at all. I'm sorry for asking you something so strange. Senpai forced himself to look cheerful. The topic might be fine for a long-time friend like Arihiko, but a complex matter like this would only have been troublesome for Senpai. And to prove my point, Senpai sits there uneasily. Senpai, sorry, but I've got something private to talk to Tono about. Would you mind leaving? There he goes. No problem taking such an offensive request. Isn't that phrase a direct way of saying we don't want you, Senpai, so get lost? You idiot, what do you think you're saying? We can discuss those things anywhere. Senpai is still finishing her lunch. Despite all the talking about Arihiko's, Senpai has finished her rice anyway. No, I understand. Well then, I'll be leaving. Senpai lowers her head in a quick bow and leaves. Only Arihiko and I remain at the table. I sigh. It looks like Senpai was having a hard time too, so it's for the best. But you were really pushing it there, Arihiko. Let's not like I had a choice. Anyways, I guess I'll take the role of the guy she ends up with those just like slurp, slurp, slurp. Arihiko slurps away in his Jakarta udon. Seems like he's gone cold while we're talking to Senpai. Sorry. You were trying to get on Senpai, weren't you? Of course. She's probably the #1 girl at our school. But if she's the type to care about something like that, then she's not worth it. Oh yeah. I really do have something to talk about in private. His voice turned serious. I split my chopsticks with it after getting to eat my udon. What's wrong? Why so serious? Why so serious? I wish I had a Joker model right now so I could just switch to it and go, why so serious? I'll let you know right now that I don't have any money. From today onwards, I'm going to be living life as a penniless student. Now that, damn it, what I want to know is this. What's really going on with you, Tono? What do you mean? You've been at the arena since primary school, right? I don't know why, but it's been 8 years already. Your dad has basically disinherited you. Why is he calling you back all of a sudden? I see. In his own strange way, Arihiko is worried about me. He didn't disinherit me, he just kicked me out of the house somehow. Tono-kun, if there ever was a family to kick their kid out of their house somehow, that's not a tragedy, it's a comedy. Oh, it's a party joke, but it's so boring it's not funny. Arihiko spreads his arm and shrugs. Yeah, I guess you're right. You get kicked out of the house, all you can really do is laugh. And then he says some cliche line like, never step foot in this house again or something like that, right? That's what people would call disinheritance. Come to think of it, I've never heard why you were disinherited. Who knows? That's something I'd like to know too. Well, if you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to. Grabbing his bowl with both hands, Arihiko drains what's left of his Jakarta udon. Lunchtime is short. Following Arihiko, I decided to quickly finish my curry udon. I think I'm gonna end it there. That was pretty good. Nobody here, but might as well do my exit thing regardless. Wherever you're at. Have a good afternoon, evening, night, morning, wherever you are. Love you guys. Bye.